Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Monogatari. Tonight on episode 4 of Tsukimonogatari, the final episode of Tsukimonogatari. I'm just gonna boom get the comments on the screen. So, last episode was Araragi coming to the realization. Well, it's technically the end of episode 2 is when we kind of figured it out, but episode 3 was kind of dealing with the realization that, oh, I'm never going back full human. Because that's what Ononoki was telling him, right? That the consequence for him getting so comfortable with becoming a vampire, becoming an oddity, has basically formed him into one on his own, right? And while that transformation is much more gradient than one might expect, in that while he can't go back to being human, he can stop himself from proceeding to become an oddity and, like, become more vampire. He can, like, withhold it, which I wasn't really expecting that, which is an interesting, I don't know. That's just bringing like a gray area, gradient area, blah, blah, blah. Like the area of transformation that we can kind of like get ourselves stuck in, as opposed to just like, instead of just like red or green, it's yellow. If we talk in traffic signs. Oh, we're getting metaphorical with it. Okay. But yeah, so we're talking about that. And then in comes, what was the guy's name? Tadatsuru. In comes Tadatsuru on the phone, and he has, kidnapped Karen Tsukihi and, Kambaru, who were chilling at Kambaru's house, for the real reason of, while, like, Araragi's like, oh, I gotta go save him, the real reason is he is actually trying to get Araragi, because Araragi's an immortal vampire, or, like, is an immortal oddity, or, like, somewhat becoming one, and obviously Shinobu's in his backseat, so, and that's what Tadatsuru is all about. Boom! So, it's interesting, I'll look at some of the wording in a minute, hopefully, but, like, Tadatsuru, in the little bit we got on him, it was, like, wasn't he, like, he liked it, right? Not in, like, a weird way, but, like, I feel like he had, like, some sort of fascination with, like, immortal oddities, or some, it was, like, not I want to destroy you, but more, like, I'm very interested in, like a beautiful thing. It was, like, an artistic form, almost. That's kind of the idea I got, which is very interesting. But, yeah. We're gonna just read comments top to bottom. You already know how it goes. Got some good stuff in here. There's kind of, well, I don't know if we're gonna do top to bottom. There's kind of two chunks to most of these, whereas, like, last episode I did spend a good, 34 minutes? A good 34 minutes, like, kind of talking less about Monogatari and more about, like, the Monogatari experience, I guess, which is so weird to say because it feels like two separate things, but it's also kind of the same thing. So some of the comments are kind of talking about that, so I could organize a bit by, let's try to organize a bit. So yeah, I'll try to just hit the stuff that had to do with the first half hour of last episode, and then I'll hopefully make a chapter that's like, okay, now we're talking about the next thing. Or maybe I'll forget, in which case, L plus ratio. Okay. Also, we are drinking Dr. Pepper, a cream soda. It's also the morning, bro. I usually watch these late at night. Homie just woke up like 45 minutes ago. So, you know what? How's that going to adjust the Monogatari viewing experience? Who even knows? Well, it's kind of fitting, because episode 1 was about waking up, right? It was Araragi waking up and all that stuff. So maybe for me to have just awoken is actually an analogy that I'm purposefully using. Okay. the reactions have analogies built in. They have metaphors. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with most of like this kind of stuff, like the this first half hour, and then we're going to the stuff that's actually happening within the story a bit more. So yeah, let me just start this because it's funny. Surprised by how focused you were when Kagenu was speaking while Shinobu and Ononoki were having an epic snowball fight. It seems like only shower moments can distract you. Listen, I'm okay. Nope, I don't got nothing. You got me. You know what? You got me there. You win that round. I'll get you next time, but you win that round. You can have that one. So yeah, a lot of the talk was about endings, right? And at one point I kind of went on a spiel about, like, one day the Monogatari is gonna end. My viewing of Monogatari is going to end. Blah blah blah. Honestly, because, well, when I was saying that was like, I was saying that and I meant everything I said, but really it was like, I had something else on my mind that I didn't quite want to say, and so I was saying it through I was using that as like I can kind of get to the idea by just kind of making it about Monogatari as opposed to making it about anything at like large, in which what I'm trying to say is, like, when I was going off about that, like, yes, I was thinking about Monogatari specifically, but I was also just thinking about like YouTube in general, right? That one day, in whatever form, whatever this is, whatever you want to call it, whatever, even if it transforms a bit, like whatever the bubble of like content creation or whatever is gonna end, and either it will end when I choose to end it, when I'm forced to end it, or maybe when I die, because who knows, I could die today, I could die later today, and then it's over, you know? So it's not even just about like the experience of Monogatari and the ending of Monogatari as much as it's also the finality of like death in a sense, right? Man, in talking about the immortality with the show is kind of crazy with that in mind, right? It's kind of like death in a sense is obviously going to be an ending, but then also just like a potential ending of just like this whole thing, right? And I just, man, when he was going off specifically on the like, I'm getting fed up with the habit of the storytelling, all that kind of stuff, and those kind of being like the chipping away at his like storytelling, which then kind of has led to this being kind of a little bit of a mess of an arc in a purposeful way. That whole idea, like, it's such a like almost like it's so relatable to this whole reaction thing, where it's like in the same way that he's telling a story and he's kind of defaulting into whatever habits that he's done in previous stories, that while previously they had a lot of purpose, nowadays he might be doing a lot of these like storytelling habits just because that's what he's been doing. In the same way that all that's going on and he's getting tired of it, I was like, man, am I getting tired of like whatever habits I've fallen into? Because like I've very purposefully have a lot of habits, right, that I've baked into these things because it's for the purpose of like the performance, right? Where it's like in my mind it makes more sense to me to like every video starts the same way, so that when somebody clicks the video, and it's the same way that when you watch an OP to an anime, it's like you click it and it's like, okay, boom, the energy's here, boom, it's the same thing, you know, and it's like it's supposed to be very comfortable, right? But also kind of in the crazy way. That's why I always try to talk so fast in like certain areas, and I like speed up my speech, because it's supposed to kind of be that unhinged thing. Like that's kind of the genre I'm going for a little bit, right? Same thing with like the 3, 2, 1 boom. Like it's supposed to just bring in like very sustainable hits of energy, as well as like give you like just it's tracks. It's like railroad, right? Where, you know, we can get as lost as we want in the comments, but as soon as I do that countdown, as soon as I hit 3, 2, 1 boom, then like now we're here and now we're watching the show. So like it's supposed to make it very easy to follow in a sense. Same thing with like the ending being the whole like that thing or whatever. I just end the video right there. I just fade it out. It's over. Same thing, kind of thing with that, where it's like it's just supposed to. And like think about it. Like think about this. It'd be so cool if I like make a compilation video one day of every single one of the intros and the outros, how they're all the same, because then it like you can play with, like, once you have an established habit or established formula, then you can play with it. So like I do this. I literally do what Araragi's doing very purposefully. It's not just like I fell into the habits. Like I thought, okay, how do I want to start the videos? How do I want to end the videos? Like it was all very intentional. And so for Araragi to be discussing the endings of things, the burnout, the getting tired of these things, kind of relying and defaulting on certain habits when he's like kind of losing steam on like the idea of storytelling and on like understanding endings, like all of that was just it felt like I was like looking into a mirror in some ways, but less of a mirror of, oh, this is how I am, and more of a mirror of like, is this how I am? Like, do I feel these things? I don't know. But yeah. So that's my little addition onto this. Now let me actually talk about what people were saying in response to it. Thinking Monogatari will end as a luxury. The world doesn't work like that. You should know that. You're going to spend the rest of your life rewatching the show once a year till you feel like you understand everything, which will never happen. Audio commentaries, re-react to the show, and when you're done, start over at the beginning. Infinite content. You know, like, on one hand, you're not wrong. Like, I definitely could, because it is one of, like, there is so much here that you can really just keep digging into it, it feels like, for, like, a really long time. But it's also just I don't know. Is that gonna happen? Maybe, probably not forever, but we'll see how long it goes. I mean, the train's gotta stop at some point, man. Either the train's gonna stop because I went, or the train's gonna stop because, oh no, we're hitting a wall, and then I die, right? The train's gonna stop in one of the two ways, or more ways, but I mean, kind of true. You're starting to ask the really deep questions. Now we know that Monogatari is about fan service. The next question is why you think the fan service needs a front for deflection or justify itself in the first place when it's the most straightforward thing to understand in the world. You know, this is actually an interesting question to me. Because it makes me want to like almost like redefine Monogatari, and I don't want to full send this at all. This is more just like a fun like, you know, of like, what if we kind of double down on the whole like, oh, it is about the boobs, and like. We see this as like a multi-layered self-deception or rationalization for the base natural desires that Araragi feels. So it's like this idea of like Araragi actually do be kind of sexual. And his overplaying of it as a deflection is itself a deflection because that's how he actually feels. And maybe that's even partially of why like he feels monstrous or whatever. And maybe that's part of like the true issues within himself is that he is like repressed, right? He's repressed like sexually, and so it's coming out in like a in a hyper rationalized through all the stories we see, a hyper rationalized and honestly exaggerated way because he doesn't have a healthy way to express those feelings. I mean, maybe. I mean, I feel like that could bake into it, that perhaps the sexualization of things, because, I mean, the show has a lot of sexualization. Perhaps the sexualization of things is not just a deflection, but also a deflection and itself is a core part of Araragi and his desires. But using it as, like, a red herring or as, like, a smoke and mirror is itself not defeating that, yes, this is still a part of Araragi. I like the idea. It's an interesting idea. It also kind of, it almost feels like a meme to, like, think about it, like, because it's, like, we're, like, it's just layer. It's another layer. It's, like, first layer, oh, sexy sex, this is a fan service show. Second layer, oh, the fan service is just, like, a critique of harem anime. It's a critique of, I don't know. It's trying to, like, lull us into a false sense of comfort and, like, tell us a story the way that Araragi thinks we want to hear the story, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, another layer. Oh, but it actually is about the sex as well. Like, and, like, I love building the sandwich, you know? I love building the sandwich of layers. But it comes a point that we gotta put the top piece of bread on, right? And we can't just have infinite meats and delis and cheeses and lettuces and mustards and ketchups and tomatoes. And I could keep going. Grilled onions, like those little like caramelized onions with the deep fried or whatever. We can keep stacking the burger as much as we want to go. Well, that was more of a sandwich, but we can keep stacking it as much as we want to go. But there comes a point that like I think we'll lose ourselves within the sandwich. But that's only a few layers deep. I like that idea though. I like the idea. Speaking of things that make you uncomfortable, your fascination with Shinobu's butt. Fascination is not a good word choice here. I'm not a fascination with Shinobu's butt, okay? Listen, Araragi, as the storyteller, has a fascination with Shinobu's butt, and that's what's making me like, okay, can we calm down? Because, man, I won't get into that again. But, so I don't actually know this. Did no one tell you to frame advanced Shinobu kicking Black Hanakawa in Bake 15? Yes, after Kizu. And this is just crazy to me. I'm not going to read this out loud, okay? I'm not reading that. That's gross. I don't want to say that. But then this... No, yeah. I know what this is. I know what you're talking about. She has, like, the Band-Aid, like, on her. Like, yeah. Somebody... I think that was after Kizu that I saw that. And it really was just like... Yeah, guys. Why, though? But why? But why? But yeah, okay, so let me try to stay... I kind of escaped a little bit from this stuff, so let me just... I'll come back to some of the rest of this in a minute. I want to, like, kind of, like, stay on the more meta stuff that I talked about at the beginning here. So, like, this was about it. I'm glad that I'm glad that me rambling... Because I went into that, like, kind of an F it we ball attitude of just, like... I don't know if this is good content, but I don't even care at this point. But I feel like that's the genuine... blah, blah, blah. You could spin into that for a while. But, you know, I'm glad that... Shout out Missing Legs, per usual. Appreciate it. This is interesting for me. So, like, I feel like you have all this pressure on you to react to things one way or another. Man, that must be tiring. Not even react a certain way, but just react. It feels like an idea in itself that goes with some pressure for the series. I'm hoping most people watching, your comfort and enjoyment is most important. Don't sacrifice it for us. So, yes, and maybe no, but, like, yeah, I don't know, man. There is pressure. There's obviously pressure, right? React harder, react smarter, react better, react faster. Like, there's obviously some pressure, right? That's just the name of the game. There's no surprise there. And And like that's not even necessarily a bad thing, right? Because the pressure is like, if I had no pressure from people to react to things, then the quality would probably be lower because I wouldn't care as much. And the actual putting out of content would probably be even slower than it is, which I know some people are like, it can get slower. No, it can. Because I would have less of a like push for it, right? Because it's like external versus internal motivation, right? Which is really like a large part of, because I've self-reflected a lot on like reacting and like spending my time doing this, because it is a pretty big time investment. So you boys gotta do some self-analysis and be like, is this worth my time, kind of thing. But yeah, like it really comes down to internal versus external motivation for me. Where like internally I'm motivated in a couple ways, and I could get into that. I don't think I necessarily need to, or I don't know if I even should. But just like I want to make content in some form, right? I find this to be a creative outlet, right? Because I like to analyze. I find analysis to be a creative outlet. And I like creating content, period, right? Even so, like it scratches the creative nerve and it scratches the content creation nerve, right? Because both of those are like inner drives that I want. It also scratches the like I like making other people's days better, you know, and hopefully like that's the goal of the videos, is it gives people something to like entertain them and like make them think and blah blah blah, right? Which I think is all very positive things. So there's like those all internal things, and then there's the external things of like people saying like, I want you to watch this, I want to talk to you about this, I want you to talk about this, blah 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 blah. And like the pressure, blah blah blah. The thing is like, if we want to make it about comfort and enjoyment, then like I don't think that like I'm not doing it for comfort or even enjoyment, really. Like if I wanted to enjoy watching a show, then I wouldn't react to it. And that sounds horrible. And it, you know, but like if I had the express purpose of, oh, I want to enjoy this piece of fiction for the piece of fiction, then I think a lot of the times, and it depends on the show. I think for Monogatari, I've enjoyed it through reacting more than I ever would just like watching it on my own. I probably wouldn't have watched it on my own, right? I'd probably have watched like 3 episodes, got into Araragi molesting Hachikuji and be like, okay, ain't for me, you know? I never would have had the pressure, the external pressure to continue it, because I didn't want to drop the show like 4 episodes in, so I was like, we're gonna just keep going and see what happens. Like, surely there's something here worth cooking with, and there most certainly was. The kitchen to the Monogatari cafe was behind a hidden bookcase, okay? And Hachikuji was the book that I put in the bookcase. Ow, I just hit my knee. Point being, though, for like most shows, if I wanted to just enjoyment it, bro, I'm doing this. No words, just straight chilling, ugly face, drinking, eating snacks. I'm literally couch potatoing if I'm trying to just purely enjoy something, right? Because then it's just like empty dopamine hits. And that's very comfortable in comparison to like the pressure of trying to speak or whatever. So it's like that's not even really my goal here. Like, and so just internally, that's not my objectives. And so internally, I'm fine to sacrifice that, right? Like, I think in and of itself, I am sacrificing comfort by doing this, because commercializing something is like not exactly the most comfortable thing, right? But yeah, I don't know. There's some other stuff that kind of gets into this. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. This stuff is so weird. This even formatually is such an odd thing. Just the idea of reaction is so odd to me. Never thought this would be the route I'm on. Not gonna lie. But hey, it's here and we're having fun with it. That's what's important. But yeah, I don't know. It's, yeah. There's something else I think that was going on. Let me look for that. The OST was been so fire so far. I really appreciate this. That's kind of the goal, the special YouTuber category. Yeah, like I could get into that. I'll get into that for like a split second of like there's like the different groups of I think people that watch anime reaction videos. It's like I watch you because I like the show you're watching. Totally fair, totally get it. And so like as soon as Monogatari ends, probably some people are gonna leave. Totally fine. That's how it goes. And then there's like the I watch you for you kind of thing, and then the like I watch anything you do because I love you. You know, it's like the different tiers or whatever. So it's like I will watch just the show you watch. I will watch a couple shows you watch, and then I will watch everything you do kind of thing. the goal, like, I would ideally get as many people in the third group, the everything you do group, as possible, because then that opens up the ability to, like, do things other than reacting, and kind of, like, extend the net and, like, bring new hobbies into people, bring new experiences to people, kind of that thing of, like, I don't know, maybe somebody watches the Monogatari vids, ends up really liking, you know, the yapping, and then I throw in some new thing that has nothing to do with anime reactions, and then they're like, you know what, my boy Pink here is checking it out, maybe I should check it out too, and then that ends up, like, becoming a new interest for them. That's, like, so pogged. That's, like, exactly the goal, you know, of being able to, like, bring in new stuff, but yeah, basically, that's very sweet of you to say, and I really do appreciate that. Basically, pog. This is the beginning thing again, so, like, the commentary of cycles and ends leading into introspection is how the series is so meaningful. There are moments where it forces you out of you and makes you question your being. It's an important idea for reaching a better well-being with, of course, in moderation, that the series says so much about. Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. And that's why I feel comfortable talking about it, and I think it's worth talking about, because if I'm feeling like Dr. Pepper, if I'm feeling very, like, introspective and almost, like, lost in, like, in Monogatari for a little bit, which I was feeling at the beginning of last episode. Like, if I'm feeling that way because of Monogatari, like, that's the point, you know? That's, like, what the show does. That's, like, a love letter to the power of the show if it's able to, like, bring that emotion out, and bring that, like, level of introspection out. So yeah, agree completely, and that's why I'm taking the time to yap about it in the, you know, at all. But yeah, of course, in moderation. Really, the fun is once you're finished to make those connections from a more holistic perspective. I can totally see that. And that should be very fun to do one day. Once we actually get all our freaking cards on the table, and then we can start, you know, piecing it together. That'll be fun. But yeah, the intro of Tsukiki broke me to a more meta perspective, the human condition for storytelling, despite how fleeting it can be, and its frustration. I had to pause every other second, think to myself, and, like, word for word utter the words before the subs. It is maddening. No, I feel that. No, I totally feel that. The maddening part. I've literally gone ding 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 frame forward trying to catch every word they're saying and, like, mumbling. Yeah, no, I feel that on a spiritual level. I totally get that. But yeah. The meta, it is very, it's like, it's fun, like, refreshing is a fun word. It's like, since it's, like, like right here, it comes looping around and is structurally very nice. Since it kind of loops into itself of, like, the nature of how the story's being told, it does form a very nice, like, bow tie, which I do appreciate. And I think makes a lot of sense for Araragi, like, reflecting on the nature of the storytelling, because this has been stories largely from Araragi. It's almost funny, too, that, like, the last couple haven't been from Araragi, right? So, like, he kind of went on a break for storytelling and then came back and was like, hey, guys, I know I haven't, like, been the narrator for a minute. Let me maybe explain why I haven't been the narrator for a minute, you know? And then, yeah, I did pull out the whiteboard for a minute, of the cosine sine stuff. I'll get to that in a minute. I did read through some of the metamorphosis. I pretty much just read summaries for, like, what's going on there. So, and I wrote some stuff about that. I'll get to that in a minute. Was there any more stuff about the intro? Yeah. I think you shouldn't worry too much about the verbalization of your thoughts ruining your experience. The fact that you don't fully understand context and the complex stuff, even that Araragi monologue about the ending is one reason why. You don't even analyze how the word plays in pieces of dialogues. That only works if you know that Japanese affect the story, unless the comments pointed it out. Unironically, a reaction of a reaction would be a unique idea because you can do an introspection of a piece of you at that time. Just rewatching the show is a whole different experience. Yeah, I mean, I feel that. It would be such a meme if I reacted to myself. That would be insane and would probably drive me mad. But it is a very unique idea. I don't think I've seen somebody do that. Like a self-character analysis of a prior version of yourself. That's also a big reason why I do the reaction stuff, because I like to catalog these moments so that, like, they can be revisited and that because, you know, usually you watch something, you experience a show, and then it's just gone, right? And you can, like, relive it by watching the show or watching somebody else watch the show, but, like, the original experience of consuming that media, is lost, right? If it's not recorded, then you don't have it anymore. And, like, you can have the memories of it, but memory is valuable. It's very valuable. So for me to have recorded all this, like, if I ever am like, dang, how did I react to the ending of this show? Or, dang, what about that first Hachikuji molestation? What was going through my brain then? Like, it's there. I literally have it there. I can check all that. So yeah, the whole capturing that piece of you at the time is like exactly a huge. That's why at the very beginning, when like your boys get no views on this stuff, I was still having like I was still pumping this stuff out. You know, I wasn't expecting it to get views for a while, and it took me a while. You know, but it was just like I think this is important, and I think this should be fun to look back on one day. You know, that was a big drive. So I totally feel that. Monogatari is supposed to end with Kizu even after the end story. Nisio is still going strong. In my opinion, Monogatari will never end as long as he lives. He says he writes it because he enjoys it. As long as he enjoys writing, as long as he keeps enjoying writing Monogatari, it should be fine. And they said they're gonna adapt all of them. I mean, that'll be sick. I mean, I'm good for it to keep going as long as it can. It is funny that like the end stories, it just keeps fake ending. Yeah. I did read this. This is like the afterword for Bake 1, which is really kind of fascinating. Of the... I think I really like this kind of breakdown of it, right? Because I don't want to like read through all this out loud, right? You can read it. Take your pause. Read your read. Okay, good. The kind of... What is it? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. The whole like... what's it called? Plufoglobin? What the heck's a plufoglobin? I feel like I keep seeing this word around. Am I going mad? What is a plufoglobin? Should I just look that up? I'm just gonna look up plufoglobin real quick. Pluflugbogen. Pluflugolbin? Plufogoblin. I got you. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. P. Flug. Bogen. Is this a word? Okay, I spelled it wrong, and the autocorrect did not come in clutch. So, okay. Wait. Oh my goodness. It's my autocorrect ruined it. Okay. P. F. I'm so sorry. Flug. Bow. Again. What the heck's a plufoglobin? English translation. Snowplow? Okay, the German to English for snowplow. Wait, didn't you like mention that? I'm so... Oh no, it's right here. It is. Okay, yeah. This is some of the wordplay. No, I get it now. Snowplow is the connection. That tsundere sounds similar to Gerunde, a term deserved from German that in Japan means skiing slope. You can't talk about German slopes without thinking of the word Puffleglobin, a snowplow turn on skis. Okay. Why did I even bring that up? Just that in the afterword that Nisio pretty much just says that, oh, I was just trying to write about fun wordplay. You know, like that was almost like a, what's it called? Like a bringing down. It's almost like he's trying to like humble his work, you know? Yeah, right here. I'm sure there is some truth in, quote, all I wanted to do was write a fun novel crammed full of stupid exchanges and the connections of wordplays. Again, sure, I can mostly buy it. But he clearly wanted to explore all the possible characters. Yeah, because, there's such an interesting question of, like, in the very beginning with, like, I don't know, the first Hitagi Crab, how much of Araragi was being thought about, you know? Because, you walk into Mayoi Snail, which is immediately afterwards, and Mayoi Snail is a reflection of Araragi and his troubles with his family and blah, 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 right? So I feel like with Mayoi Snail, like, surely there was a lot of Araragi being done behind the scenes, and then we were just starting to get the snippets of it. But, like, before then with Hitagi Crab, I'm very curious of how much of, like, Araragi was even, like, considered. Which I'd have to rewatch Hitagi Crab to figure that out. Yeah. Because, obviously, Araragi's the main character, but I feel like we only really got the full lens on him in Mayoi Snail. I was like, oh, wait a second. Like, as much as this is about Hachikuji, really it's about him, you know? Which also, oh, it's about somebody else, but really it's about Araragi. That's what's expressively being done in this episode. Ononoki slander hurts my soul. When more Ononoki fans insult I'm dropping these reactions, you're playing with fire. Fake, okay, good to know. I wish I understood what's going on. True, we refreshed the math knowledge, we did. The intro again, you don't have an obligation to do anything. If you want to break your habits, do it. Don't read the comments on the videos. Maybe still read them on your own. I do think at least rewatching a bit of the previous episode works for you, so you have all those ideas ready, but in the end, you have to decide how you want to move forward. Your satisfaction or unsatisfaction will not be changed by the opinion of the audience. So, yes and no. In the end, you have to decide how you want to move forward. True. So true. Speak the truth, right? Like, at the end of the day, your boy's the one in power. I got all the power, okay? But the part of your satisfaction or unsatisfaction will not be changed by the opinion of the audience, well, like, I would actually disagree, because the goal, one of the goals here is to have something positive for other people, right? Like, I'm not doing this purely for myself. it's not like this is charity work either. Like, don't make me a saint, but a large part of this is for other people, right? So how the other people feel about it is a very important part. Like, if I change something, I don't know, I just turn into, like, I make 13-minute videos, uncut thing on Patreon, spend $10, you can see the uncut thing, and all you get is a timer. If I just, like, did something crazy like that, like, and people got mad, which they would, and I think that they would have fair reason to get mad, and they became unsatisfied, then that would make me feel really bad, because I'm trying to satisfy people, and it's not like that's my entirely what I want to do, because I'm not going to, like, compromise to, like, what people want all the time, but it's a balance, it's a balance to strike, where the opinion of the audience, like I am doing it for the audience, but at the end of the day, but also I have to do something, I'm making something for other people, but I have to make the thing I want to make for other people. But, it's both. It's the internal and the external, and within the internal is the external, right? Because internally, I care about what other people think to a degree. But it's not, like, all the way, Like, if everybody just started hating me or whatever, then that would, like, suck, sure. But, like, I would still, hopefully, at least for a while, continue trying to do what I wanted, But, yeah. And then I'll do another pass of this. Think you do be messing with me. I'll get to this. Wait, beatbox? I beatbox? So... Wait, I did. I forgot I did that. That's crazy. Wait, am I wearing the same shirt? I'm not. It's gray, but it's a different gray. Okay. Now we're going to do the second pass really quick. That's my claps, so that I remembered a chapter, hopefully. Where am I? 32 minutes in? Okay. Can I just write 32 down? Yeah, I'll just write 32 down. I got pencils this time. So we're going to do a quick another pass. This is hopefully going to be more about the show. So, yeah. Everything in this episode feels off. From the locations to Araragi's reactions, everything is so artificial on stage. Saying the things he thinks he needs to say. It's very Nadeko-esque in that way. Going through the motions of the structure of a Monogatari arc, but it's so lackluster. The apathy has reached... Araragi's apathy has reached a level where his human self and his monster self and his resentment are being taken from him, and he reacts with unnerving calm, which is true. He is very unnaturally calm, which is odd. This is I like some of this idea too, though I'm curious if it's just how... I'll get to it in a second. I like this idea of, like, the mock battle between the true and the fake monster, if we're doing that with the Ononoki Shinobu stuff, and then building a mock version of a human together, chasing each other around, having a snowballing effect, like the snowman or whatever. The fake monster not producing snowballs on her own, but stealing from the true monster without her noticing until the end. Like if we want to go with that, then it's like, oh, the fake monster Shinobu is, like, stealing not snowballs, but... like, issues and problems from the true monster, and as opposed to actually, like, being the vessel for those problems or whatever. Like, that's a fun idea. It's just, and I think this is the holistic thing. I think it's the holistic thing. Somebody said, like, the fun of it comes from the holistic part. I feel like this could be, like, some crazy foreshadowing or just, like, metaphor for kind of the relationship between Shinobu and Ononoki and, like, the meta relationship and all that. Or it could just be a fun snowball fight. In the same way that, like, oh, the boobs could just be fan service, or it could actually, like, have to do with something, And so, like, I guess that's the fun of the show, is, like, parsing through all that and, like, the freaking thinking on it. But yeah, it's definitely a fun read of the background stuff that's going on while, Kagenui and Araragi are talking. The, like, lackluster part, like, it does feel... Like, with the Araragi opening monologue in mind, it does feel kind of, like, you can't help but think, dang, like, Araragi is kind of tired. Like, we're kind of just doing the same thing we usually do. Like, he shows up, woo, kind of thing. So I do kind of get that lackluster feel, though, with all the crazy, like, Ice Temple, Shinobu on the throne, new character introduced, crazy wordplay, like, I don't want to go too far in that and, like, say that the story is, like, super artificial in stage. Well, I guess artificial in stage is could be somewhat true. I don't know. I feel like there's a balance to strike between he's tired of it, and that tiredness is coming through the story, and his routines and habits of storytelling is, like, kind of showing itself or showing its faults and flaws within the current story we're watching. But at the same time, like, I think there is a story going on. Like, there is freaking, what's the guy's name? Tadatsuru is still, like things are happening, you know? So, like, claiming it artificial, I think to a degree, yes, but I don't necessarily want to say it fully, just because, not that that's even being said, right? Let me clarify. I'm just kind of speaking out loud, right? But, like, to claim it artificial and staged by Araragi would mean that Tadatsuru in the story is somewhat artificial and staged by Araragi, which the only reason that could exist is if it's if Ogi's doing something and Ogi's connected to Araragi, because then it could all be connected to an inner, like, and I mentioned self-flagellating from Araragi. That's like Araragi has now targeted himself through Tadatsuru, which is maybe has to do with Ogi somehow, because he now it sees himself as monster. Because, like, think about it, like, he gets revealed to himself that, like, oh, you can't go back to being full human anymore, and then Kagenui gets the call from Tadatsuru, right? So is it that was uncovered and then he was like, oh, then I guess I need to be punished, right? And so immediately 3 things are taken from him, Kanburu and his 2 sisters, and he's the target for it. It's not just for them, but it's to get to Araragi. So I think it could function as a sort of, like, self-punishing for the realization of I am a monster, or at least I will know I can never go back to being a full human. So yeah, in that way, maybe it's artificial and staged, but it's, I guess, is it artificial and staged within the story, or artificial and staged on, like, the part of Araragi telling the story? Like, where are we getting the artificialness from? I think it could be both. We'll see, though. We'll see how the arc finishes out. Yeah. And, like, the unnerving calm, like, really kind of makes an intuitive sense to me from Araragi. And then, like, again, I'm just hitting the parts that I skipped on the first pass. The wordplay, yeah, so the tangent, cotangent, sine, freaking cosine, blah, blah, blah. So, look, here's my board for the day. Woo, woo. Hopefully you can read that somewhat. So the idea, I just wrote down the math equation. Yotsugi equals Yozuru over Tadatsuru. I wonder what that means. Yeah, I got no freaking clue. I don't know math. So I'm just gonna, okay, so Yotsugi is Kagenui. Kagenui is the connection between Ononoki and Tadatsuru, but what does that mean? Or, like, Ononoki's connected to Tadatsuru as a doll that Tadatsuru made. That would make some sense to me. And that was given to Kagenui. Yotsugi is Yozuru over Tadatsuru. Yeah, I have it correct. I mean, it's just kind of like he's the doll maker, you know? Ononoki's a doll, and then Kagenui's the user of the doll. So, like, that makes a lot of sense in, like, they're connected. But specifically, like, why is it in the, like, because if it was, like, I think it would make, like, it would be interesting if it was, like, Ononoki equals Kagenui Tadatsuru. That would be interesting, because then it would be, maybe be like the connection between Kagenui and Tadatsuru is what made Ononoki. Like, that could be a thing, but that's not the mathematical statement. So, like, I'm curious why it's this specific statement. Why is Tadatsuru sine specifically? Because he is sine, right? Yeah. Or is it... No, never mind. I was about to go off on Tadatsuru, sine, sin. Tadatsuru is sin, but, like, obviously the Japanese and the English, that's not how it works there. But yeah. Metamorphosis. So yeah, as I said, I did go through some of the metamorphosis. I kind of known about it previously. Like, I've seen references to the metamorphosis. I didn't actually go through and read all of it, because your boy ain't trying to do assigned reading before Monogatari. But I did, like, hit the summary, read through the summary, read through some of the questions, read through some of the themes, kind of thing. So just so I'd be ready. Some of the connections to Monogatari that I immediately kind of went for, I listed there. Let me just read them out loud. So just the idea of how... So I'm going to just be talking about the metamorphosis for a second now. How Gregor and Gret, there was kind of an idea of, like, Gregor was the sole financial supporter for the family, and then turned into a bug. So he was used as a supporter, taken advantage of, if you will, until he no longer could function, until his true self, or at least how society saw him as like a salesman, caught up to him and he became a bug. So it's like maybe there's like a doll connection there, and that we're using something until it like changes in some way until it no longer is usable, which sounds like doll-like. Then we have true self coming out, right? Because he turns into a freaking bug. So it's like, oh, his true self as a salaryman, him being kind of bug-like as a salaryman, being kind of the worst, has actually like come out and become a thing now. Or like now he no longer can hide from that. It's like, you know, he's made that transformation. I mean, that's like Araragi can't be human anymore. Like, he is going through a metamorphosis. That, like, I titled the episode Metamorphosis for a reason, you know? So yeah. What was I going for there? I mean, just the idea of like the true self and then like all the layers of deception over it is like Monogatari classic right there. So for there to be like a in Metamorphosis, it's just like boom, now you bug, right? Like you no longer can lie, your true self is out, like it's here kind of thing. Or at least how others perceive you. It could be more of a other perception thing, but I like the true self angle. Not that I actually read the book, I just read a summary. It's like I'm literally presenting like a book review in English class, but I just read summaries. That's where I'm at right now, brother. Okay. Losing humanity with the whole vampire thing, right? He becomes a bug, he loses his humanity. That causes his like father to attack him by throwing apples at him. I don't know why the apples specifically, what? Adam and Eve? I don't freaking know. But yeah, so losing humanity and then people turning on you, that could be like a fear of Araragi. Like, that could connect to Araragi. Like, one of the reasons perhaps he doesn't want to tell his sisters about like the true nature of oddities and actually come out as like, yeah, your boy's not fully human anymore. Perhaps, or maybe his parents even more specifically, with the dad being the one to throw the apples. I mean, I don't know, would Araragi's parents, how would they feel about him being all oddity-esque? Like, if they came to that understanding. Like, his sisters is one thing, but his parents is another, because we have so much less information on them. And then the self-sacrifice-ish that goes on at the end of... Yeah, spoilers for Metamorphosis, by the way. Should have seen that coming. I didn't need to say it. But the self-sacrifice-ish at the end with Gregor, he dies at the end, rest in peace, as a bug. With his family, like, pelting it with apples. They're like, you're the worst. He goes in his room and then he dies. But in what I read, he still like appreciated his family to the end. And it accepted his own death. So it's like I died at the hands of those I love because I had become a monster, and if anyone were to punish me for what had happened, then I'm glad it was them. Like, not even quite that much, but I feel like that's like almost like what could happen with Araragi. But then within Metamorphosis, it was more of they took care of me. I'm a bug now. They killed me. I'm no longer human. It is what it is, you know? Yeah. So that, I don't know. That was just some of the potential things they might play with if that comes up in the next episode. I'm guessing Tadatsuru might bring this up, perhaps. But yeah, those are just, I don't know, some basic Monogatari possible connections. Hello? Please don't fall. Okay, bet. Okay, we should be fine. If it fell a certain way, it would hit my power cord and unplug my computer, and the reaction would just end. So, let's pray. Let's pray together. Okay. I can also say that Tatami Galaxy is awesome, and no, there are no leopard prints in this show that I can recall. I think maybe I am thinking of this then. Wait. Let me look up Tatami Galaxy for just half a second. I'm so sorry that I keep looking things up. I know it takes a second. Tatami Galaxy. Oh yeah, I have no idea what this is. I've never seen this before in my entire life. This looks cool. I like the style of it. Okay, bet. No, yeah, I'll have to actually look at it then. Yeah, I must have confused it with something else. I know in my head what I'm confusing with. I don't know the name of it though. It might be this. But yeah, that sounds cool. I'll actually have to give a better look at it. I did read this already in the first pass. Good stuff. I did read this. The difficulty of communicating. Balkan 1 is just a, quote, fun novel crammed full of stupid exchanges, and under the pretense of so-called difficulty of communicating, give me a break. Yeah, like the intentional self-downplay of the script. Like, bro, you have so much meta crazy stuff going on in Monogatari. Can you, as an author, like, clear it up a little bit instead of making it crazier? Or maybe don't. Do what you wish. I'm playing. Do what you wish. Do what you wish. Okay. Ononoki slander. It is what it is. Maybe just, hey. Okay. Maybe just pick a better character to like defend. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing. Hey, don't unsubscribe. Hey. Get away from the unsubscribe button. Get away from the unsubscribe button. Dropping these. No. Stay with me. Okay. On the actual show now, I have a feeling you're really going to love the show. I already do. It's already a fire show. I feel like you sometimes project a bit when you read the show in general, and Araragi in particular, but that's a normal way humans consume media. Very true as well. I mean, I feel like that's kind of... that's like... I don't know. As much as I would love to just speak on Monogatari in a vacuum, I am a flawed, biased being that is reading Monogatari, or watching Monogatari, in the same way that every being is a flawed, biased being. So... as much as I would love to just, like, stick fully within Monogatari, sometimes I feel like I gotta backstep and be like, okay, but I am a person, let's figure out, like, how it's bouncing off of me as a human, you know? And then, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Araragi and I relate to Araragi in a lot of ways. Not those ways, calm yourself. But yeah, I feel like Araragi specifically, I feel like I could really see myself, like, having a connection with as we keep going. Tsuki's a super underrated arc, one of my favorites recently. I didn't care for it many years ago. Find it very interesting that before there's a problem presented and at the end Araragi fixes it, but this time it's just unfixable. Yeah, so it's like the thing the patterns he's comfortable with are breaking down, like they no longer can function, you know, which is very exciting. Clicking, and then we got this. What are the implications of all this, like sine, cosine, tangent, blah 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 stuff? Rest in peace, the paragraph that got cut out. Supporting capybara noises. We love to see it. Pinky, do be messing with me. This is that stuff. The B-box we checked. Walking the line between vampire and human, like the world of night and light. Twilight. That's a good connection. I didn't even think about that. I don't know what's going on here. Under the twilight, the stars are shining. Pog. You know what? Just as a let's put a bow on this comment section. Let's put a bow on this comment section and just go, bink. Aw, it's so wholesome. Okay, episode 3. What happened? This first thing up is Araragi smelling the pillows of his sisters in Kanbaru. I just think it's funny. Because, of course, he's wafting the lingering scents of his sisters off of pillows. Like, okay, dude. He's saying, no, it's just me doing detective work. Okay, Araragi. Oh, look, it's the two pillows, and then... oh, wait, look at the pillow structure. It's, like, Karen and Tsukihi on one, and then Kanbaru on the other. But look, Kanbaru's pillow is so close. She's, like, leaned over to them, so they were, like, huddled together. That's cute. Because, like, it could have been, like, a more centralized pillow on Kanbaru's one here, which would have been, like, her on a separate mat completely. But, like, despite having two futons or two little pillow things, or two, like, whatever these called, blankets, she, like, merged them together in a way. My ear is ringing. Why is my ear ringing? Oogie? Okay. I think we're safe. Yeah, faded away. Okay. Ogie's gone. That's my Ogie alarm, bro. There's got to be 3 futons laid out. No, there's only the 2. Okay. So yeah, what kind of stuff in here do I want to yap about, if any? I do really want to kind of watch the next episode. So I don't know what... I mean, the visuals in this episode were so fire with this, like, black-red moon background. Really, really liked that. Just in general. It felt like oddly climactic, like, in a sense, you know? Which I really liked. Let's see. The railroads, the things going past. Rather, if you don't mind us and think about it, that's how it should be. Right. Though there is no confrontation, as much as it feels like it's building towards one, there is no confrontation between the two, which is fun. We do a little bit of examining, a little bit of licking the body. Araragi starts pogging. Then we have Tadatsuru pull up. Right when we're talking about... Araragi's like, well, I guess I can go back to being human. That's okay. That wasn't much. Not a big deal. Because, like, why would he... like... as much as he, in one way, would like to, like, he's so much more focused on other people that he doesn't like to, like, focus on himself within the story, but also all the stories are kind of about him, so it's kind of a weird thing. But, like, you know, within the episode, he's like, oh, well, if it's just my humanity, that's not a big deal. But then as soon as like Karen and Tsukiki get involved in Kambaru, then it's like, oh shit, like we gotta go fix this, you know? That's how it's supposed to be. It is what it is. He really hit it with an is what it is. Compared to the few months. Yeah, and he immediately compares it to Sengoku just to show how much he feels bad about that, you know? It's like nothing happened. Because, yeah, she went full oddity, but she came back. Like, she was fixable, you know? You're being told you're not fixable anymore. Like, that's crazy, Araragi. And then Tadatsu was on the phone. We know there's one other person that is full, like, wants to kill, like Kagenui does. Which I assume is, like... Well, she said it was somewhat of a hermit. So it's either someone we don't know... Or it's, one of the three at the beginning, like Guillotine Cutter, Dramaturgy, freaking episode. Could also be one of them, because they were kind of on a kill path. Yeah, she says it right here. Only one other guy like me, and a guy specifically that just wants to kill them all. So I assume it's, like, Dramaturgy or something, from way the beginning in Kizu. Wait a sec. Hold on just a sec. Was it just about to talk to him about Araragi-kun? Wait, you talking about Tadatsu? Oh, yeah, because she's talking to Gon. Right. And then, I guess she brings up Tadatsu. Yeah. Already got him. Already captured him. Maybe Gon was like, hey, Tadatsu, go kidnap some kids real quick. Who was it? Who was it that called? Or maybe Tadatsu was just on his own. How did Tadatsu get this information? You know? With this timing? Surely it's Araragi Ugi. Or Gon. No, because Gon knows everything. Or it could be Gon. It's one of the two that caused this just chain of event, you know? So yeah. We go to the house. Araragi has to pretend that he can't take the travel exhaustion, because, you know, he's supposed to act as human, which is funny. Let's see, little sister, Teori, Tadatsu, a doll master. These shots went so hard, by the way. Man, what's up with this, like, crane with a rainbow underneath? It's like an iceberg, bro. It's like an iceberg. Is that supposed to, like, you know, where it's like, it looks simple on the top, but then it has a lot more layers when you actually look into it? Is that supposed to be an analogy for the show itself? Okay, I hear you. His objective's to get to you, Araragi. He wants you. But he's a softie when it comes to work. It was that he just wanted... Oh, look, it's like a rainbow aurora going on behind him. That's so cool. Act on grudges. Maybe... Does he have a grudge against Araragi from what happened in Kizu? Maybe? I don't know why he would. But, like, there could... I don't know. Maybe he has a grudge on Araragi in some form. Or maybe... No, but she's saying the situation isn't as hopeless. In that the softie at work is the important part. So no, we're probably fine. Can't deal with it with the vampire. Yeah. No vampires. Can't turn into any vampires. This is a strange story. That's kind of a fun self-jab. Right. Before I realized it... Yeah, actually, let's hear this line. This line's crazy. I had made it my own. Yeah, I was using it like it was normal, like it was mine. It may be natural that I would receive one divine punishment after another with this. It's crazy. Like, instead of going the logical route of, like, why is this happening? Like, the way that Kagenui talks about, he's immediately like, oh, I deserve this, you know? Because what happens to, like, monsters, you know? They get hit by cars. Wait, what did she just say? That you were asking for this to happen? Whoa, Ononoki, wait, say that again? It's true that you were asking for the situation to happen, Devil Boy. Oh, by doing all the vampire stuff. It's like the doing of some person. Good. Maybe some joker crashed it down on you like a game of Jenga? Who else could it be? You know? It's crazy. Let me listen to this. See the type that can't forgive mistakes or injustice, an ally of justice. Does he have such ideals? Yeah. He has no link to things like that. Let's say that Tadatsu has such things as ideals. How does Araragi feel about those ideals? I mean, surely it just makes him think of his parents, which would maybe think he doesn't like it. You know, that he doesn't like those ideals and that formation of the world being pushed on him. Kind of gets into like why he doesn't like Gon, and why Gon is the way she is. You know, like as the like one that knows everything, and that being like an annoying trait. So he doesn't like the world like pushing down on him like that. But it's like, what is going on? Where am I? What happened? My train of thought? Yeah, coming from his parents, but at the same time, like, how much does he still have an attachment to those things? How much does he still have, like, how much does he still have an attachment to those, like, ideas of, like, justice or whatever? To those things that were impressioned upon him? I feel like he still does, but he has a resentment and an attachment. Where it's like, he resents that he feels the way he does about things, but also he still feels the way he does about things because it was pushed onto him like it was. That's kind of, I guess, where I'm at. I don't freaking know, man. I would ask Araragi, but he speaks in riddles. Oh, they built a snowman together. Yeah. Oh, yay. Aesthetic curiosity. And now they're rolling around on balls. Someone with a sensibility to think that man-made existence called oddities are beautiful. Yeah, this is what we were talking about with Tadetsuru or whatever. Who thinks he's an artist, and that's where his softness comes in. Yeah. I'm so excited to meet this guy. This guy's gonna be fascinating. Like, because I mean, I think the connection between Araragi and Shinobu is beautiful. I've always thought that, right? The connection of flawed people, wounds, like the wounds being what ties them together. I've always thought that was so beautiful. So I mean, this sounds like a guy that like is on my same wavelength, that he sees the beauty in like things like this. But also, is that good or bad? Like, I don't know. Let's explore it, you know? Because you're the target. Yeah, mediator, shout out Oshino. He it's crazy. He says that he's an opponent that he needs to face, which is true because like, yeah, but I don't know. It's just like a box Araragi puts him in. Don't drown to your own powers. That's narcissism. It means that you shouldn't drown yourself with a tragic situation. Drown yourself with a tragic situation. Man, why couldn't Kagenui talk to Numachi? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, good dodge. Good dodge, Shinobu. I didn't actually watch any of this background stuff. I gotta watch this. Bro, Ononoki's scary. She throws so hard. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, wait, Shinobu sucks, bro. Ononoki's not even looking at her, and Shinobu misses 3 snowballs. 1, 2, 3. Shinobu, she's literally standing target. I have to do it, he says. I have to do it. Help me out. Help me out. Yeah, and her not using her powers for anything other than immortal oddities feels very like you use it for the situation. You know, like Shinobu has to act as an oddity or else darkness shows up. You know, Araragi acting as a vampire makes him a vampire. She has to act as a specialist that does this, or else she will no longer be a specialist that does this. You know, like defined by your actions kind of thing. It's like, yeah, the definition of your actions has like an impact on like your being. And so she has to act that way to be able to act that way, you know? Like it's kind of a, I don't know, I feel like it's like a metaphysical thing, or like you know? Like, it's a thing. It's a thing in the show. It's not just, like... It sounds common sense, but it's, like, a thing. Man, my analysis is crazy right now. It sounds common sense, but it's a thing? Holy. I imagine that actually meaning something. Okay. Yeah, the harmlessness is only within Gon's network. And Todatsuru's outside of it. Bet. I say we pull up now. Artificial, intentional, and malicious is how this bad timing feels. Man, he calls it artificial. Intentional and malicious. Yeah, and then we get the... where he is, right? The, like, shrine. Yeah, taking Gon's niece is interesting as well with Kanbaru. But yeah. Delivery time. Let's go in. Drop nearby. Ononoki, take us there. Go! Go, go, go! Alright, bet. Let's watch this. Let's watch this episode. Episode 4. Let's get it going. Episode 4 of Tsukimonogatari, the last episode. Let's get it going. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang. Ah! Ah! Why are you here? Okay, dude. What is that? What did you type? Why are you behind me? I'm getting scared. Dude, now I'm itchy. Why am I itchy now? And one hop? What is happening? Oh, you're already over there? It's completely different. It looks like you're in a hurry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was that Ogi inner thoughts, bro? Give me encouragement. Since morning? How did you know? How did you know? How did you know? How did you know I would be here? You little ratafin! I'm gonna hit her with a car. I'm gonna hit Ogi with a car. I'm about to give Ogi the Hachikuchi treatment. They gotta stop with these cold opens, man. They gotta stop. They can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with this. So is Ogi connected to the Tadatsuru stuff, or is Ogi just... Because what I was thinking is Ogi actually caused the Tadatsuru stuff to happen somewhat, but this almost feels like that's not the case. Well, it could be, but, like, this is like Ogi knew Araragi would be here, but that doesn't mean Ogi was part of why Araragi's here. That, like, was Ogi part of the Tadatsuru thing, or was Ogi just here because they knew the Tadatsuru thing was going to happen? Because I would expect them to not just show themselves right away if they were, like, the ones pulling the strings as much. Pulling the strings like the doll master. Tadatsuru is actually a doll, Ogi's doll. That's mostly just Hail Marys, don't worry about any of that. Yeah, yeah. This is such a fun OP. This OP's crazy. I almost just called the OP Ogi, bro. Ah! Alright. What's going on? Shinobu? Volley slave. Ogi, what is up with you? Oh, but did we just leave her behind? Because, yeah, she couldn't go vampire mode. We couldn't use her vampire powers. My uncle said it. Uh-oh. No, they didn't. You didn't talk to Oshino. Quiet, heathen! Help yourself, or whatever. I'm sure she remembers. Yeah, yeah, exactly, that is. All you can do is help yourself. Cause you never knew it, you little rat. Mmm. Dang, why are you trying to look so cute, Ogi? That's why is why. There's no more meaning than it. That's why. It literally looks like Ogi inner thoughts. What's going on with that, man? I'm attracted to how you're like this. What? I think I like being mean to you. A little sadistic with it, Ogi. I don't like things that are mean to me. What is wrong with you? What are you dancing like this for? To have the scale balance? What are you doing? It's true. You were asking for Kagenui's help. True. Who by whom? By whom? By whom? Did I tell her? You told her? When did you tell her? Oh, wait, are you about to swing on her? Why are you like... Okay, no, you're walking away. I thought you were about to... Damn! Araragi and Ogi get into a fist fight at a parking lot, bro. In front of a 7-Eleven. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Huh? And cry and stuff? Wasn't it the gym storage room with... What are you yapping about, man? Anther losing many things? Losing Hachikuji? That... Oh! That was a heavy thing to say, bro. That caused the thing to go red, man. Wow. The mastermind, the final boss, troubling devil boy. That's what I'm saying, Ononoki! That's what I'm saying! That's what I do. I do that too, Ononoki. Wait, Ononoki stock's on the rise? Oh, don't play this music again. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me with this music, please. Get your booty out of my face. Proper. Proper is important. Proper is definitely important, because that's like Araragi. Araragi was talking about how he didn't like that, right? Where are we? We're just in the woods, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tadatsu? Why? What was that? Him feeling entrapped or something? Cat and mouse. Use your words. Use your words. Yeah, but he an artist. Oh, really? That too? Okay. Immortal but still living. Ah, okay. Oh, she hopping. He likes that juxtaposition. Project planner gone. Hey, she's in an idol thing. Wow, so many. We had the whole squad. She was really a summer research project, man? Of a human that lived to the age of 100? Then why do you look like a 10-year-old? Oh, ownership. I see. Oh, you were allowed to choose? Astray. Oshino is my boy. I miss Oshino. Is he gonna like kidnap her? Or like a demand a trade? She'll have to like offer herself. Yeah. Wow, she's offering to self-sacrifice. Araragi, listen to her words. Don't stop, Araragi. Listen to her words. She's being very sweet right now. They really don't match your character. Just like how right now what she's saying is like not matching her character, bro. She's still trying to walk, bro. Yeah. Oh no, but she does. Oh, and you're gonna yoinky sploinky? Gotcha. Unonoki's on yoinky sploinky duty. Well, but you're gonna be the target. How are you gonna get away, Araragi? Shinobu's here? I thought Shinobu wasn't here. The grovel, good tech. Good tech. Mm. Okay, no, she is here. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I guess. He's not gonna give him Shinobu, bro. You're smoking crack. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that verbatim, bro. I was about to say that verbatim. That like Ononoki he won't do, so why would he do Shinobu who he's like even more connected with? Smoking crack. Yeah. Dude, this shot goes so hard. This music's so good too. This is true. Yeah, she's not showing you. She's just you're showing yourself. I couldn't read that in time. Unlucky. Oh, we fight him. I punch him with my finger. We use violence. Doesn't want to kill him. You would really stop being human. Stop being human. Whoa, that was a crazy line. Even if people kill people, like people kill people, that's just what people do. So I wouldn't stop being human by killing someone because that's such a human thing to do. Whoa! Being evil is part of being human. Mentally. Mm. I shouldn't have let go of her. That sounded like a car. That sounded like a car. Like a you know? Sure, maybe there's like, oh, he's crazy. Look at him go. Dang. Okay. Bro, man's a master origamiist. He literally, that would be crazy. That's actually crazy. That's how he counts seconds, because he's so fast. Or whatever. Law of signs, the origami clock. Wow, that's almost like a crazy metaphor or something. That like we don't know when time's up, but we know it's coming. That's like very reminiscent of the sleep terror at the beginning of episode 1. Of like that where I'm being crushed by time, but it's not like a very clear. Yeah. Very fitting. She was like winding like a clock there. Okay, yeah. Confirmed Shinobu's chilling. I thought Ogi said that they weren't. Mmm. Wow. That's actually insane. So even if Araragi could somehow make himself not do that, she said, I'm gonna do it. Yay, Araragi! That's my boy right there. Hey, what's up, Tadatsuru? The petals through the air are like paper scraps, man. Okay. We do a little lying. Okay, that's Onanoki. Yozuru and I have a curse like that placed upon us. Oh, is this the grudges that she was talking about? I kind of get it now. That won't let us walk on the ground? What? Okay. Interesting parallel to Araragi. to eliminate you, an oddity. Surely. She find him? She find him? What is she gonna do, though? She's gonna do something crazy. Especially Tsukihi. Oh, is he good? Well, yeah, because Tsukihi is a oddity. I don't know. Well, now I don't think it's obvious. If you're gonna ask me, then that makes me confused. Calm down. Calm down. Bro, who's pulling my strings? That's what he's saying. He said, who's pulling my strings? Does it start with an O or does it start with a G? Probably an O. Let's see. But I don't know why I would exterminate you. No ideals and acting on grudges. Bro, he's just spitting exactly what Kagenui was saying. That's crazy. So why was I cast? Like, it's too perfect. Is that the idea? Yeah! Wow! Yeah! Wow! Okay. And he does not like being a pawn. He does not like being a pawn, I feel. Or else he wouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, because, yeah, even them two. That's a kind of a good point. Aren't we dancing in the palm of someone's hand? Hmm. Yeah, I'm curious how he came to be here. Well, was he just told about it, probably? Because you're supposed to? Aren't you angry just because it fits your role? Bro. We're just dolls. We're just dolls. How many doors does Ononoki have to open? True! Without being used by anyone. He's my unbiased, bro. That's the Oshino special. No, don't give up. Ask him. Yes, yes. Thank you. Dang it. Unlucky. It wouldn't have had to be proper. Now it's full. Now it's full. We've hit the time limit. We did get a pause, though. Good line. Good line. Oh, you got ninja stars. Okay, heard. I used to make those. He did tell him, go look for Oshino, so it's not like he's gonna kill him. Oh, he's got the thing that Ononoki has. That's what I was said earlier! I said that! That's crazy. Oh no, you're turning it towards someone else. You're turning it towards Ononoki? What is happening? I'm dense. Please, yes, Araragi. Araragi, be my vessel. Be my vessel, Araragi. Just tell me how it works, my guy. Because you're human. What I asked for is right, you. Human compassion. That line lately. Which line? What's your line, Araragi? You knew it? Oh, Ononoki. Oh, he's talking to Ononoki now, huh? Yeah. There it is. Is she gonna kill him? Oh no, I think she might have iced him. I think he let himself get iced. Yeah. Where's his corpse, though? Who's trying to teach Araragi this lesson, bro? This isn't a lesson being taught to Araragi. She's literally explaining it, man. Yeah, she's saying this is what I do, bro. Bro, Guyan is such a rat. Oh, hi guys. Y'all just okay. Thanks for that, Onodoki. Similar to the isn't that what she wanted? What Sengoku wanted to happen? Nadeko, yeah. Oh, he's got Tsukihi. Interesting that he's holding her. Oh, he moved her pillow. He moved Kaburu's pillow farther away from the other two. Because previously the pillow was right next to him. Right next to Karen and Tsukihi, but that time the pillow was farther away. So he like tried to build distance. Is that me spit? I don't know. Sure. Good point. Crazy music right now. It's like a piano version. It was. It was designed for you, Araragi. Yep. To show you what a monster... Yeah, to make you not want to be a monster, to, like, resolve you. Wishy-wishy and abstract, somewhat manipulated. The vampire bite. Wow. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it is just like that. Oh, we're still going. Oh, is that Sugihara? Hey, Sugihara! Aw, Valentines! Koyo Koyo, that's cute. You didn't get her anything, bro! There's chocolate on her fingers, man. Aww. Aww, she's adorable. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Mm-hmm, yeah. That is the worry. One of them. Aww. That's kind of sweet. We gotta find Oshino. We gotta have Oshino. We gotta have a specialist that's not biased and like causing crazy stuff. We need Oshino. I agree with that. The unravel thing is me. Yeah. Because one day push is going to come to shove and Shinobu's going to force it. Kaiki? You didn't like his life to show? That's cool. No, I think that's a cool line. You should be proper. Yeah, the breakdown of properness being like a part of growing up. I feel like that's such a thing. Man, he got that Steve Jobs fit right now. Bro, why are you putting your hair up for? What are you putting your hair up for? Whoa! Whoa, I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. Whoa! What's the favor? What's the favor? Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? Oh, those are the chocolates. She made home chocolates. She just gave him a different kind of chocolate, too. Oh, hello, sisters. Oroki! Why are you in their bed? Oh, that's funny. She got me with 3 coins rolled and smoked. So we're gonna just not... Yeah, why would we just let that happen? Oh, so Gon, you're on our side. Oh, so Gon, you're... Okay, so it's Ogi. So it's Ogi. Ogi's trying to be my puppet master. I see. Stop talking to the doll I want. Oh, that's funny. They think she's just a doll. Crazy line to say. Crazy line to say. That's the craziest line you've ever said, Karen. For just a bit longer. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Dang. The end, good night. I liked that arc. That was a good arc. Okay, so Ogi's our little manipulator. Gaen is not our manipulator. Confirmed. Because that's what Ononoki said. Unless Ononoki's lying to us. But no, I trust Ononoki. Ogi wants to cause split. Ogi's taking people away from Araragi because Ogi is the manifestation, the personification of the darkness. Araragi saw Shinobu's darkness take things away. He heard that story and he was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna do that for myself now on a subconscious level. Boom, Ogi drops in, molded by his loss of Oshino, so it turns into an Oshino clone and then starts taking the other things away from him, bro. In the same way that Shinobu's darkness took all her things away from her, all of Aragi's darkness is taking all the things away from him, right? And it's like how Shinobu was like, oh, I don't actually deserve, or it was like, I'm not acting as an oddity, I'm pretending to be something else, so she's getting hoed for it. Aragi is a monster. He on one level thinks him a monster, but also is trying to pretend to be a human, so he's getting things taken away from him that he doesn't think he deserves as a monster because there are things that only humans should have, but he doesn't realize that some people, that he still can be a human, at least to a degree, and that it's a self cycle, man. He's digging himself into his own little vacuum cleaner hole. Okay, he's going like a washer, gone, right? And that's what Ogi is. Okay, yeah, that's the end. Okay. Ogi, you rat. Okay. And Ogi is made. Ogi was subconsciously made as a reflection of the darkness to take away the things he thinks he cares about, or that he cares about that he doesn't think he deserves on a level because of the things impressioned upon him. But it's like the parents, it's like his parents with the police officers and their sense of justice that's been pushed onto him, right? But he resents it as well, so he hates Ogi, but he still feels, like, responsible, and he still feels those things, even if he resents it. And now, this guy's like, hey, I'm the doll, I'm the puppet master, I'm the doll maker, but I ain't trying to be a puppet, I ain't trying to be a doll, I ain't trying to be a pawn in the games, okay? Ouroboros snake, it's the snake eating its own tail. Araragi, Koyomi snake, bro. Ogi's a snake. Ogi's a snake made from Araragi, eating Araragi, a self-cycle. Ouroboros. Yeah, this like entire scenario being made by Ogi to show off like, well, yeah, because this was made by Ogi to try to cause more issues and to keep Araragi in a state of like half maybe. So well, let's see, because maybe it's what I said earlier. Didn't I say a couple arcs about that's like a while ago? That's like Ogi. If I was Ogi, then I would try to continue the cycle of pain. I wouldn't like force Araragi to like I would keep him in the middle ground of pain, right? This is that where it's he gets pain from losing Ononoki, but also is resolved if this all worked out as Ogi planned. Is he gets pain from losing Ononoki and he gets resolved to not transform into a monster because that would mean killing people, right? So he gets both of these things, so that keeps him in a middling state in that twilight state between monster and human, but you know, between vampire and human, where he's like in the middle ground. It keeps him there to continue suffering, as opposed to be able to like fully let go of yourself and become a monster, and it pulls away Ononoki. It's very simple, yeah. That continuation of the continuing of the middle ground is I think what Ogi would want. That would make the most sense to me. Even if they kill people, people are people. That's a bar, by the way. Because guess what? People kill people all the time. Like, how much of a difference is there between oddity and human if you really think about it, okay? Or at least killing. I mean, if we could just get back to killing instead of just oddities, like, bad people, like, the people do bad things, right? People do bad things. That's just how people work. Because people do good things, too. People do both things. So, bad things doesn't necessarily mean you're a monster, you know? Like, alright, this is what you gotta come to understand. Like, being human, I think, man, you've mixed up, like, humanity and morality in your head. Like, guess what? You're a human if you're morally bad or not. I feel like that's maybe a part thing, right? Mixing up morality and humanity? Thinking that I have to be a good moral agent to be human? No! Guess what? You can be a horrible moral agent and still be human, because guess what? Some humans are horrible moral agents. That's my take on the matter. Ogi. You can't open the episode with Ogi. Why are you here? Now, I know why you're here. I know exactly why you're here, you little rat. Because you're enjoying punishing Araragi because Araragi wants to punish himself. What is that? What is that thing? What does this mean? What is this translation? Does it just say Ogi, 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 Ogi? It's just a Pokemon, man. Why does the light turn green? Please push. Because Oguri crosses a bridge, this liminal space, bro. This space of transition, the bridge. Over the water, the river Styx, forgetting who he is. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Ogi trying to act all cute, too. Ogi trying to act all cute, too. And it's kind of working. It's completely different. What is that? It's completely different. It looks like you're in a hurry as well, Araragi-senpai. This is Ogi's thoughts, bro. That's why it's so dark. You little darkness. You little personification of darkness. Inspired by Shinobu's darkness. You little darkness. Waiting here since morning. You little rat. You little rat. You little rat. You little rat! Oh, I don't see her around. Your little slave. Your lolly slave. Oh, because it's in the shadow. I thought Ogi would be able to know that. But maybe Ogi's just... You can't do anything without her, according to the setting, right? The setting of the narrative, bro. The setting of the narrative. Ogi, you rat. What was it? Oh, the phrase. The phrase. The phrase. I'm sure she remembers. People can't help people. I won't help you. All you can do is help yourself. Dude! It's your uncle's signature line, not mine. Ononoki's out here like, I'll just make a snowman. Araragi-senpai probably would have acted the same way even if he knew. Yeah, it's like, this is, I feel like this is almost saying, like, yeah, like Araragi is saying, like, yeah, I kind of, like, I reap what I sow, and Oki's saying, like, yeah, you do, and you would have, even if you knew you were going to reap this, like, you were still going to sow it. Why are you looking all cute? What is this? Look at this. Look at this pose. Why are you trying to do this to me, man, Ogi? My response is really this right here. Ready? That's my response to this information. That's my response to this information. That's why. There's no more meaning to it than that's why. Why I'm here doing this. Because I think I'm attracted to how you're like this. I'm attracted to you sucking. I don't know how to put it exactly, but I think I like being mean to you. Because you were born to be mean to Araragi, man. That's your reason of existence, because I think Araragi made you to be mean to him. Huh? Huh, Ogi? Talk about it! I don't like things that are mean to me. To be proper. Yeah, it's like, because, like, and then Araragi's like, I don't like proper, you know, they talk about the, like, not like, or, like, the doll makers, like, yeah, I don't like proper, like, we're not able to ad lib, we're literally in such a, like, a default position that we're just hoed, you know, and so, like, Ogi, it's like, man, it's like struggling against the binds of fate, bro. Ogi is trying to make, like, a situation, and this guy's like, dude, like, this situation sucks, Araragi. We're literally getting hoed so hard. Go find Oshino. Like, you're gonna let this, like, this is just gonna be our lives going forward? Oh, speaking of lives, mine's about to end, and then he gets one shot. After saying, like, you're still human. Which is so bad. Like, it's like, Araragi, you're just gonna believe that someone tells you you're not human because someone tells you you're not human? Like, what about defining your own humanity, Why don't you just say, yeah, I'm human, F it, we ball? Like, I don't know, I feel like that's even a play. Like, what if Araragi just self-defined as full human? You're just gonna believe Kagenui? What, like, who cares? After we ball. This guy's saying that he's human. Use this with your human tenaciousness, your human compassion, human tenderness. Like, you got these humanity parts in you, so why not just be, you know, like, it almost feels like why not just be human? And then, yeah, Ononoki one-shots him. Rest in peace. I mean, I liked him, so I ripped that he immediately died. Shinobu's saying, like, hey, things get crazy in there, you know what I'm about to do. Like, she's even defined, right? Her moves are already, like, outlined. Like, if we go into this knowing what's going to happen, right? Like, in a, not us necessarily, but just, like, the situation doesn't really have room for wiggling. Like, everybody is so, it's so designed for people to respond to that they don't have the room for, like, chaotic decisions as much. And it's like it's like becoming more predictable. And I mean, even Oshino said about Araragi once, like, he's the one thing that I couldn't predict, right? Like, Araragi's the one thing that's unpredictable. And so it's like Araragi's unpredictable, Ogi's out here trying to make everything proper and, like, making situations that are predictable. The whole skirt thing. Wait, what is she saying? She's saying, like, the self-sacrifice stuff that's, like, kind of out of character a little bit, right? Well, I don't know. We're kind of getting more insight into Ononoki as a character with, like, her feeling shame, her being able to choose between Akage Nui and freaking Tadatsuru and such. And so, like, right when that happens, we're getting most of that with Araragi lifting the skirt, which is, like, him seeing that true self or whatever. Okay, I'm curious. I think I saw... Can you see the color... I'm just curious. Oh, no, is that her? I think that's her panty. I think she actually is wearing panties. Like, look, you can see it right there. You know, there's, like, a little bit of, like, fabric. That looks like a normal color fabric. That looks like a pink or a purple or something very fitting with her color design. So Araragi's smoking crack, basically. They really don't match with character. Those that say stupid things get stupid things done to them. It's funny, because he says stupid things. He does stupid things. He's done the things she's done. And that's why he's fine with stupid things being done to him. It's like, yeah, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and then Araragi will continue to play stupid games, and then he won't complain when he wins stupid prizes, because he knows that's just how it is. You know? but it's like the very nature of his situation that makes him play these stupid games, the very nature of himself that causes him to want to play these stupid games. That's the real issue, right? That's like, I feel like that's a culmination of like everything that's going on, you know, right there. And Ogi is the game master that would offer you up, but she is offering herself up, you know. But he's saying that like there's no way I could do that, but like he doesn't, you know. It's like we're flipped, you know. Turned on about the sense of shame. He's like, dang, but maybe I do like it that you do have some sort of spirit to you in a sense. Like, you're not just a doll. You have, like, you do have shame. You do have some of these human characteristics. Yeah. If you grew completely into an adult, it would be boring. What a crazy line. And, like, Karen said, like, you're not growing up, you know? I mean, has Araragi even changed? He's kind of still doing... It's like, has he changed? He's still flipping skirts. He's, at the end of the day, if he really needed to, he probably would have gone vampire mode, or Shinobu would have forced him to. So that's not much of a change. It's like they want him to change, right? The situation wants him to change. I feel like like Araragi within the story is pretty, hasn't changed much, but like Ogi as a character existing and like him losing things, I think does show change. It's just, it's being done more on the through other characters and through like the like the nature of the stories, right? As opposed to Araragi's actions within the stories. So I do think there is change, right? I think it's honestly kind of almost a downward change, like a spiral a little bit, right? Because it's like Araragi. How do I say this? It's like what I was saying with Ogi, where it's like he's losing things that he considers close because I think on some level he thinks he deserves it, and that thinking he deserves it and that loss I think is the negative change. So I think there is change, yeah, in that way. You'll catch a cold. Oninoki will catch a cold. I wouldn't, but I feel like I'm going to. If you ask if I'm pulling or not, I'm starting to mentally pull away from you, Devil Brother. That was the point, though. Which is why we can't let this happen. I shouldn't have let go of her. How much later? Just a little bit later because she went to ice the guy? But at the end of the day, this guy was great, and he spat bars. Positioned like a pawn, moved around like a pawn, and worked like a pawn. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And he's got the Ononoki symbol on him. Because he's the maker. I don't want to help you turn into a vampire. Oof. Oof. I don't want to help you turn into a vampire. Find Oshino. Oshino's the play, man. Oshino's the savior, Grace. Bro, Oshino versus Ogi Oshino. That's the real play. There can only be one Oshino. There can only be one Oshino. You can only gain and lose. And then Araragi's like, but I'm stupid. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. And then he asked Ononoki for a thing, for the, I said with a pose to look, which is funny. Dang. Iced. We don't see a corpse, though. So I wonder if there was more smoke and mirror involved, but who knows. Yeah, by the way, these two got freaky with it as soon. Let me make this clear. These two got so freaky with it as soon as she put her hair up, got a little freaky with it and said, hey, we're about to put the Valentine's in Valentine's Day. You know? Like, they went crazy. Cuts to him opening the door. Nah. You think you're clever, Araragi? You think you're clever? And Ononoki's just chill. This was a crazy shot. Look at this, like, 3D shot, but It's like a Doom map. They're like 2D. They're like 2D things, you know. It's literally the same photos, but then Otodoki's just chilling up there. What a crazy shot. I feel like I've never seen it orchestrated like this before. It's kind of sick. That's a reference. Yeah, Fire Sisters, yeah. She really said they tried to split us apart, which is exactly why we got to stay together. Don't play the game, bro. Don't play the game of fate. Don't just let it happen. Exactly. This was a sweet line too. This was such a sweet line. What's this? It seems these noisy days will continue on for just a bit longer. Wasn't that the line at the beginning? That was the line at the beginning, wasn't it? I think that was literally a line in the opening monologue. But that's such a nice... Just a bit longer is so, like, heartfelt, you know? Or it's like real and it's genuine, right? It's not the ignorance and the naivete of it'll go on forever, but it's the acceptance and, like, the light appreciation of just a bit longer, right? Hey, I get to sleep in just 5 minutes longer, you know? I have a couple more days of this, you know? It's like, you know what? And not even a couple more days, because that's too fastened, right? Just a bit longer. It's more ambiguous. I like it. What is this one piece of hair doing? What is that? Araragi reference? One piece of hair doing something weird? Woo! Do I have any more to say? I mean, I do have more to say. But I kind of want to cook. Let's think. Aren't you getting angry because you're supposed to? Man, I just feel like we're on it. I just feel like we're so on it that I don't even know where else to spin, right? I feel like my wheel is starting to hit pavement instead of mud. So, like, what else, you know? I don't care if you lose a bit more humanity by doing so. Yeah. If you don't learn from that, you'll always put a bill on your tab. And in the end, you'll lose everything. Yeah, it's literally, they're just trying to teach him a message. They're trying to teach Araragi a message, in a way. But it's like so... It's just so lined up. It's so lined up. Everything is so lined up and, like, constructed. It's so constructed. And that's exactly why Gon's like, we're gonna fight against this. We're not gonna follow the construct, you know? We're gonna not follow the rails, right? There were railroads in episode 2, so that could even be kind of part of that analogy. And like, you know, there was railroads on either side, and there was only the one. There was like they couldn't go left. It was like Kagenui staring down Araragi. And there were the trains going either side. So it's not like we can go. We have to deal with each other. It's like it's orchestrated, you know. But we're gonna fight against that now, and we're gonna find Oshino, and Oshino's gonna clutch it out. Where is Oshino? In Ogi's basement. And no, but Ogi, I think, was made out of losing Oshino, which means... But then why would Oshino leave if it would create Ogi? Like, I feel like that's so bad. I gotta rewatch the end of Bake, bro. I gotta rewatch the end of Bake. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try to queue up the end of Bake for next episode, because I don't have any of that downloaded. And we'll yap about it then. I think that's good. So yeah. I think that's all I got for this episode. Episode 4 of Tsukimonogatari. On to the next Koyomi Monogatari, I think. I'm pretty sure. That should be exciting. But of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, 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 comment below if you or join the Discord, check me or other Monogatari fans there. But until then, until Koyomi Monogatari Episode 1, that's all I got for now. I'll be seeing you then. Peace. Did I just capture that on camera, that falling down like that?